Greetings, everyone. Rev.Hawksblood here, calling from the Big Island, Hawaii. My co-host can't be on right now. She's having problems. I mean, not problems, but she's did a convention and she's going to be back in about 4 hours. So I might do another show with her tomorrow. I'm not going to stay on too long today. Just want to get into a major thing that's happening right now, which is this month and next month, we got two different objects coming towards the Earth. Now, I don't know if you're up on the news, who says what. We get a lot of news from a lot of storytellers, but we get news from scientists and different people. Well, they're admitting that it's not a meteorite or a comet. The second thing is now a report yesterday said that they actually hit one of the telescopes and knocked it out. Another one said that 3 ships were shot out of the one ship that's coming. All right, now the one that's coming, first they said it was a meteorite. Then they said it looks like some kind of mechanical device ship. And then now they're trying to say it could be a real UFO, but it's a mothership because it's got multiple lights all over and it's really big. So we'll see. And then in November, we have what they did say is a mothership taking a long time to get here. I don't know why they would spend that kind of time coming here. We'll see. But I'm going to tell you straight out, nothing good is going to come out of any of this. Even if they land on a planet and tell us they're going to help us, is not going to be good news. It's going to be lies, just like they fed the human race for thousands and thousands of years. They never helped mankind. The closest they came, and I'm going to explain this, people, and this is real. I'm not making it up, and it's not just a story. When Trump was becoming president the first time, all right, Putin on Russian TV put a statement up online. Why would he address it to Trump? He said, Mr. Trump, and this was in Russian, said, I want you to tell the world what happened at 9/11, the truth. He says, if you don't do that, I will. All right, that was one threat he gave Trump. Second one was, he says, look, I want you to tell the world what you're doing with UFOs and aliens. And he says, we are working with many races right now. 2 races want to destroy the planet. And this is what he told Trump 3 months or 2 before Trump was actually elected. All right. And then after that, when they met, if you remember when they met and they were in a room together, the two of them, the first time, not the second time, well, he was giving a message, what Putin really said about that. Now, the 2 races that want to destroy the planet, why would Putin mention that, and how would he know? Well, because people, the UFO world is the biggest lie going out there. The UFO TV shows, UFO conventions, they got limited information, and they multiply that to exaggerate it and tell stories. I mean, this person saw this person saw that. I saw many things. I was next to an alien. I was next to a ship. I was next to a Bigfoot. I filmed with another person who I used to work with for years. I'm going to say his name, Sergeant 18. He went into a different thing. He kind of sold out. Now he's saying he's a spiritual master working under Jesus, but that's his truth now. But he did sell out. He's not dealing in the UFO world. All right, but we shot more pictures of UFOs, entities, creatures than anybody else in the United States from 1996. And we even when we kind of ended our friendship at 2002, and then we got together again and became friends again, and we did a show on Kerry Cassidy for 9 months. We showed about 5 pictures every week, people, of UFOs that him and I personally shot. All right, and then we had another fight at the end of the 9 months, and they wanted more money to do the show, and I just stopped doing it. But we had anywhere from 50 to 70 people in our chat room every night. Next morning, we were hit by at least 1,000, 200, 300 people every morning. We were kind of like on the top in the UFO world on the internet. But after I canceled that show, we split, and everything went downhill between us. And I kind of pulled out of it for a while, and he switched what he was his agenda. So now I'm in Hawaii, and there is more things going on in the UFO world here in Hawaii than any place I ever was in my life. My co-host, who can't be here today, she just did a lecture last night, uh, was or being covered over our house day and night. Can't see much in the day, but at night, ships of weird kinds, all different kinds. She puts them up on the internet under Tina Bird on Facebook. I don't put my videos up. And I can't put my pictures up anymore because the person I work with said he copyrighted everything. I wish anybody out there with a scholar in kind of laws on that, let me know, because I know he said he copyrighted all our pictures, and we had thousands of pictures. And I'm sure he didn't have the money to do it way back then. And how do you know if a picture is copyrighted? And all those things. Anybody with important information on that, please get back to me at hawksblood1aol.com or truthandgodonly at aol.com. I need to find out because I'm trying to get in touch with Musk for a year. I dealt with 12 fake Musks. I want to give him important information, which I know he doesn't have. And now on the internet, I don't know how real they are or not, but he's saying that we better be worried. There's the alien ship coming. I mean, for him to say anything, he has no clue. I mean, I was next to aliens. I was next to a ship and dealt with people that were really abducted and things, which the government doesn't talk about. Nobody else talks about in the UFO world. They're even shying away from that. Tina Bird is one of the top speakers in the world right now on abduction because she has been going through it all her life. And the things that they did to her are incredible. And she has proof. Some of the proof we can't expose because the government locked it up and things like that. But we deal with the truth only here. Seriously. We've been doing the show for 6 years, people. We don't have a super following. Most people hear things and they don't like it and they leave. Well, you're only going to hear the truth here. You're not going to hear lies. Like, why are aliens here? What are they doing? And all these UFO shows, well, they're here to help us. If they wanted to destroy us, they could. And guess what? They did to many races. So if they're ready to take us out, it could be why there's so much stuff going on right now. People, I don't want to give you fear, but you should have it because they're real and they're not good. I mean, the idea, well, if they wanted to destroy us, they would, but they're going to come and help us. Help us do what? Now, I'm one of the few people that can talk about it that's alive. Tesla, Nikolai Tesla, worked in New Jersey. The most important UFO event happened right there. I'm not going to get into it, not right now. But in the interim, Tesla was working with DuPont right there in an underground base, or whatever you want to call it. We did all UFO investigation, filming, and everything right over it. Now, there was ways to get in the mountain, barred up with steel bars, a big steel mountain with a steel plate over and everything. We tried every which way to get inside there. We never could. but we experience so many incredible things there from every kind of entity, creature, spirit, uh, and even energy creatures for a word. So it's all real, people. And I'll put my life on the line saying I stand by what I say 100%. I'm only accountable to God, not anybody else on this planet, not Trump or Musk or any of those kind of people. They don't have the truth. They don't know the truth. I'm talking about aliens or anything. Trump uh, talks about having spiritual come back to the government and stuff. He doesn't even know what the word means. If he knew even if he knew the Lord's Prayer, he wouldn't be who he is. People were being deceived every which way. Tesla gave the United States government 50 of the most deadliest weapons on the planet. All right. He invented 200 inventions, copyrighted them and all. He has a museum in his country. And, well, the last 10 years of his life, he was in New York City in a hotel room, complete zombie. People couldn't touch him, go near him, and he was in this room and everything, and he had no money. So whether it was a drone stuck in air, who knows what went down with that. For real, I can't say I know that part of it. But when he was working up in New Jersey, the UFO event that happened there is incredible. I'll do it one day, maybe the next time. I don't know how much Tina wants to deal with it or talk about one thing, but I will. I promise that. I've been trying to talk to Musk about it because he should know why aliens are here. Number one thing, nobody talks about it. What they are doing because they are here right now. What have they been doing for over thousands of years? But now, more so because of the sellout between Eisenhower and Truman when the United States got involved with dealing with aliens. And it's for real, people. I'm not telling you stories because I want to, and I'm telling you lies to make you feel good. I can only tell you what I know is really important to know. Aliens are not good. No matter what people say in the UFO world, oh, I'm an experiencer. Oh, they came to me, they took me out of my room, brought me up into space, and took me through multiple journeys through space and things like that. It's all lies, people. The famous people in the UFO world that talk about seeing aliens and being on a ship and working with aliens, all lies and programs. The program part is when you get abducted, it used to be you don't remember anything. But now if you remember things, it's a thought they implant in you. Oh, I went to all these planets and I saw this, that, and the other thing. All right, it's called programming, and it's been going on for a long time now. I'd say probably about 30, 40 years. Because up until then, when the first two people came out saying they were abducted, and they were two people, a man and a woman, black and white, and it wasn't even accepted at that time. And for them to come out and say they were abducted was mind-boggling because you're not going to get more respect from people that don't even want the truth. So, but from that point on, it's been coming a little more public. And when people come out and say it, especially 30 years ago, a lot of people were put in a nut house. If that wasn't the case, they were taken out. In my life, in my past 30 years, I'd say more like 25 years, 16 people have been taken out of my friends. And many of them were the top speakers in the UFO world. Some of them were famous in the UFO world, but top speakers because they dealt with incredible things. I'm trying to talk to Musk about that, what he should know, what he needs to worry about, because everything about space is a lie. Everything. An elderly scientist came out months ago and said everything in space that the government or scientists say is just a theory. Not one thing is provable. When they say, oh, life here, there, and everywhere. Really? I mean, there is life, and they can't even prove that. All right? What's going on Mars? What's going on the moon, on the other side of the moon? All these things are taking place right now, and it's going to come to a head. I'd say if nothing happens this month and next month, I say give it 2 or 3 years, because the whole world's going to change, because AI is going to be taken over. Robots are going to be taking over all the jobs. People are going to be dying in great numbers. The whole idea of cutting medical out means more people are going to die faster. If you know anything about UN Agenda 30, meaning 5 years from now, all right, the world will be under one world order. That's not Trump. But here's the thing. 193 countries agreed on that idea. So it's not like people are going to rebel against it. Now, the things you have to put all this stuff together to get a clue of what's really going on. Denver Airport is an airport base for spaceships. It will be. All right. It's got underground cities. I mean, there and everywhere else, but they have their own underground base underneath there. And recently, they just blasted a wall open and went into an alien base. So there's things that you have to follow. I mean, you have to try to pull the truth between all the stories coming out. Well, this is that. Even what's going on up in Alaska, what's going up on I mean, all these different things that are going on. All right. Now, the North Pole, what's going on there, and all these things. I mean, we had an astronaut go up there and said he saw an alien. He was deathly sick and had to leave and get out of there right away. But people are dying. People with important information are dying. And I kind of feel the only reason why I'm alive, they like to take out whoever I deal with. Now, Tina had a lot of serious things going on in England. All right. Twice her boyfriend was almost killed in front of her house outside. Her sister had men in black going to her house, talking to them. She was actually threatened recently, which she told me just recently as well. All right. Now, they're not going to be able to stop it. When I say stop it, I'm talking about what's really going to happen. They can block it out and say aliens aren't real, we don't know anything about aliens and all that. But when they actually do come here and actually land, the world will shift greatly. Religions are going to have a hard time with it. Now, there's 2.5 billion Christians, 2.3 Islam people. I mean, in Hinduism, about 1.2 billion. That's the biggest part of the population of the planet. And they're all dead set in their belief systems. All right. So then we got 2,000 religions to split the rest between, including atheists. So, and a lot of the New Age people talk about the universe and universal energy. They don't talk about a God anymore. Well, all through history, they had multiple gods and multiple stories about gods. Jesus was the only one that came out and said there is only one God. And he was teaching how to get closer to it. I don't know, something's in the air. I went out, pulled some grass and did some things, but man. But they've been spraying chemtrails here greatly. The volcano's been going off. It went up the highest ever last night for 6 hours. It could go off and start taking over the island again. But we'll see. Now, the problems are the government is playing with weapons. All right. Now, I know they tried hitting a meteorite years ago with a bomb, and it did absolutely nothing to it. Hold on one split second. Sorry about that. So, we have a drone that came to Hawaii, and they're learning how to use it. They're testing, dropping bombs on the mountain and stuff like that. What kind of defense is that? Now, the other weapon that they've been using, I know you heard or you didn't hear the word Hawksblood. We have one in Hawaii, all right? There's one up in Alaska, and there's 6 on the planet, other countries. But don't forget, the United States was the first person to use it and have it. And it is one of the most deadliest weapons combined with other things. And that's why they added chemtrails and all that other stuff to make it usable. So we've got a lot of things going on. And yes, they're preparing for war. China is getting ready for a physical war, which is not going to happen. Technology is so far advanced, there's no reason to have 10 men go over there to fight with 10 men over there, because those days are gone. Sure, we had 2 wars and we used drones and ended them. But it's going to be worse than that, because if everybody has drones, I mean, it's not going to be people going to war, just being killed. All right. They're always coming out with new technology. A directed energy beam is a very dangerous weapon compared to all the other bombs and stuff. It's almost, you can't prove anything about it, except if you look at the Maui fire and if you look at the fire in California. All the evidence proves it. It shows it in great detail. If you have a brain and look at burns of forests, what they do, what they can do, what they can't do, and things like that. But I'm going through a lot because I don't want to do the show too long. I need to do many things today, and I don't have Tina here with me, so I'm probably going to be doing the show maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But here's the thing, people. We're in trouble. Any which way you look at it, nobody's going to be friends with aliens, no matter what they say, who says it. From Camaro, we're going to be friends with aliens. Now, Truman, all right, was the first person to make a deal with aliens. Eisenhower had to follow through, but they created MJ-12. And they're the ones that control everything from being released in the UFO world. And that's real. Oh, no, it's not fake. Now, when we got people coming out and saying they're majestic and this, that, and the other thing, okay, Eisenhower's granddaughter, all right, she claims a lot of things. She claims she went to Mars with the president. So, you have to fine tune and prepare what you want to listen to. And then you got to focus on how real it is. All right. Who's actually saying it? Where's their information coming from? And what are they able to actually prove? They can prove very little. I'm going to tell you things straight now, right now. A black hole is not a black hole. The Big Bang never existed or happened. And there is a God, one God. I mean, deities are accepted as gods through Hinduism and all these other religions, but they weren't the true God. They were what I call little gods that work in lower realms of God. And Jesus taught about that, and that's not much in the Bible, one sentence. So, people, you can read the Bible all you want, pray all you want. It's not going to change one thing. All right? God is way beyond that, and it doesn't come down here to listen to people's sorry story and things like that. You're in hell. If you don't go to hell, you got to get out of it. You're here, you're going to reincarnate over and over here. Now, things that scientists can't tell you, UFO people can't tell you. I've been in a spiritual quest all my life. Aliens are reincarnating into humans now. All right, and that's why people say, "Well, I'm an alien. I'm a walk-in." You're a incarnation of an alien, because they're not spiritual, never were. All right, they don't have a God. All right, and they play God. So to them, their world. Now, you can back this up. There's something on TV. It was released a long time ago. The interrogation of an alien. Pull it up and watch it. Then listen to what he says. Whitney Schreiber, one of the big names in the UFO world. Ooh, what did they do to the aliens? What did they do to the aliens? But again, people, it was real. All right, the alien said that one person's going to destroy the planet, and they were trying to make him say who it was. But the aliens said there's no God, and all these different things. But they're not. They're intelligent and they're scientifically advanced. All right, but they're not spiritually advanced in any way. All right. Now, the other thing that UFO people don't like to talk about, if you know it, aliens eat humans. One of the reasons why they're here. Why would we go to another planet? To start a new city? Why? What are we going to expect to find there? What do we expect to do there? Go to a rocky hole, rocky mountain, or whatever, and start building houses on it. Well, where's just giant oceans and lakes and rivers and forests and all that going to come from, people? How long would it take to create that? And these people think they can even get there and live there in their lifetime? Now, Bigelow, I was trying to talk to him directly, but he sent me a package. It cost a lot of money to ship it to me, but he's putting stations up there and he wants to move up there in his station. Whether it's happening, he didn't do it yet. Whether it's feasible or not, I guess he's working it out. But he owned the Skinwalker Ranch, and what went on there changed his life. And I could show you some of the books he sent me, why and what was going on that changed his reality. All right, he's not like most people. Well, I don't believe in it. I don't believe in that. Well, the truth's out there, people. Whether you want it or not, it doesn't matter. Whether you're going to do anything about it, doesn't matter. Because what you do here is not going to change your soul, what you are, and where you're going to go. All right, it's not like do good and you're going to go to heaven, do bad, you go to hell. You're in hell. Everybody does bad here. I mean, only who never committed a sin or whatever words you want to use. When Jesus said that in the story of Mary Magdalene, but it wasn't Mary Magdalene. It wasn't her at all, believe it or not. But when they were going to stone a girl, and he goes, "Who here didn't have sin? Throw the first stone." That whole story, based on the fact that we're in hell, people. We're living in a world that God doesn't come into or can come into. It sends its angels here, and if you listen to the angels, like Noah, all right, Sodom and Gomorrah, the story, you know that story too if you read the Bible. But again, even the Christians, which is the biggest populated religion on the planet, don't understand the truth at all. I mean, the Catholic religion thinks they can go and say 100 Hail Marys or 1,000 Hail Marys and be forgiven. Go to a person, let them say you're forgiven. It's all bull, and it's all twisted, man-made ideas. Jesus didn't come here to forgive everybody's sins. What he did say to people, go out and sin no more. Go out and sin no more. What's that mean to you, person? Well, I could get away with it. Next time I'll just have to go and say 100,000 Hail Marys. Read Revelations. Even if you're not a Christian, read Revelations. In that, and even John, who wrote it, says what things cannot be forgiven. And it's basically everything people do. So to think that, I'm a Christian and I said this, or I pray every Sunday, whatever the stories are, it's not helping the world and it's not helping you. Now, when you go against your own religion, you're not in a religion. If your religion says thou shalt not kill, all right, and because your president says, well, you got to go to Vietnam and kill children, and you do it, that's openly committing sin that you should know. You don't kill anybody. You don't have the right to. The government doesn't have the right to terminate a person's life either. I mean, it's weapons that can put people to sleep. They shouldn't be selling guns that can kill people. All the things that are wrong are becoming active. And guess who's making all of it right? Mr. Rumpo. So we're in a world that's crashing because of mankind's ego, power, money, and sex. All the crime, everything's based on that. Now, Trump covering up his files the best he can, doing everything he can, attacking everybody he can, so that everybody thinks about something other than the Epstein files. Well, I got 100 pictures of the two of them together, the three of them together, and everything else. And when he met his wife, does anybody know the story of his wife? Mr. Rumpo's wife? Why she came here, what she was doing, and all those kind of things? Why Mr. Trump was thrown out of the Playboy Club? You'll have to end their friendship. Said he was sorry he ever put him on Playboy magazine. Why would he say that? What did he do? He's not alive to confess. But there's a special came out recently, Women of Playboy, confessing what they had to do because these people in power said this is what you got to do or you're going to lose everything. So the world's pretty messed up, people. And I mean, Trump's going to go after everybody else to take his attention off of what he's doing. He's destroying the United States. For the world. And people think he's great. Well, he supports guns. That is the worst thing we need to support in the United States. More people get killed with guns. Even suicide. There's more people committing suicide with guns than any other way. They should be banned. I know when I went to one of the islands, the cops walked around with a cane, no guns. All right. Well, they have guns. Well, if you stop guns, stop manufacturing them, making them, and letting people have them, guess what? It's going to be 1,000 times harder to get it. And then you pass a law. You get caught with a gun, you get 25 years in jail. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. Crime would stop. It would stop with guns anyway. I mean, now mace sprays and tasers and all that, everybody be walking around with them, which people are, but you're not going to be killed instantly. All right? What are aliens doing? They're not stopping anything, not helping anything. Well, they're here to help us. Help us do what? Become normal, loving, compassionate beings? They aren't. They have never been. Technology is the only thing they care about. So this ship that's coming, the first one, which is coming probably this month, we'll find out what happens with that. And then we got another one coming next month. And we're not even sure, which I'm sure they're not, the same race. There's many kinds of races coming to this planet. United States and Russia and this planet has only been dealing with nine alien races which are evil. Oh, well, the Andromedans and this race and that race is good, but they don't do anything. It's like you going against the president right now. What are you going to do? Nothing. So when these alien races say they're good, they can't help us. They can't help anybody. I mean, and they're going to go out of their way to save one person? Why would they do that? All right. Why do they take one person? Because they put trackers on them, they monitor them, and if they're a good food source and things like that, there's a lot of reasons. Well, like when I say aliens could destroy us, why would they destroy their food chain? You got a bunch of cattle in the field. Well, let's kill them all. Why? Then you won't have nothing to eat. All right, but it's not just food. They need semen, they need ovaries, and they need blood. All right. The government, United States government, can clone grays. It's all what cattle mutilation is about for both sides, the government and aliens, people. But you hear anybody talking about it, explaining it, telling you why things are what they are. The government cannot talk about what's causing global warming. Trump doesn't believe it. Well, it's not real. Because he's I'm not going to say words what he is, but he is that. Unaware of the truth. All right. He doesn't know God. He doesn't know spiritual truth. He doesn't know anything. And he knows how to make money, which he didn't even do. I lived in New Jersey. And every week, every other month, we heard Trump this. He's doing this. He went into bankruptcy. Oh, I never went into bankruptcy. He sold out his school and all those people lost their money. He did a lot of things, people, and you still think, well, he's stopping people from coming into the country. How the F did you ever get into this country? All right, people, why were you allowed in? The native people tried. They were friendly with people. They thought it would be a good thing. The Hopi people is the only race that has been in the United States from day one. They weren't brought here like every other tribe was. Now the Mayans say, well, they brought them here. Well, no, they're not Mayan. And guess what? The Hopi people are the only race on the planet that have a different DNA than the rest of the world. All right? But again, they came out from underground. They lived underground, people, for real. The caves have been found and a lot of different things. I was with the oldest Hopi elder before he died. And he said the world's going to be destroyed, probably. The Hopi prophecy that was in the caves show World War One, World War Two, and it all depends what man does on World War Three. And we're not doing anything to eliminate the idea of it happening. Aliens don't care one way or another. There's 8 billion people on this planet. How many people do you think they need to eat and use and everything else? 2 billion? So figure how many people are useless. AI and robots will be eliminating, I'd say, 60% of the jobs within the next 3 years. It was on the news, the scientists were talking about it. Even Musk contradicted himself about that. But he supports it. In China, they're having races with robots, boxing matches with robots. They're using robots. We're in trouble, people. We're in real trouble. Whether you want to believe that or not, that's your choice. Pray to God, pray to Jesus, pray to whoever you want. They can't change what we do. If we respected God and kind of knew what it was, this would be gone. If people understood the 10 Commandments, they're not dangerous. They don't hurt people. Not one of the things in there are bad for civilization. And they can't follow the 10. Moses was an evil magician. He didn't like the 10 Commandments. He created 63 laws. Pathetic, a lot about nudity, and he was against everything. But he was a loser, people. He brought people to a so-called promised land. I don't know what alien he was working with. Because when he brought people to the promised land, he wasn't allowed into it, the Bible says, right? Why? What did those people do when they got to the promised land? Killed everybody there. So, if you're talking about a religion that says thou shalt not kill, how do you go out and kill races of people and everything else under the sun? Everything's a lie, people. This is hell. And the only person that controls this reality, and it's not Lucifer, people. The Luciferians are also on cloud 9. All right. I was a high priest when I was 16. I know about deities. I know about demons. I know about spirits and entities. I was doing ghost busting as well. But people, we don't have spiritual angels walking around the planet. All right. Which we did. But Satan controls this reality. It has an army. All right. The movie Lucifer was my favorite that came out rather recently. But it's not Lucifer that actually is doing the damage down here. It's Satan. Satan will give you whatever you want. And that's where they'll find line. Well, you follow Satan, you got to sell your soul. People don't know what soul is, so they don't care about selling it. Bob Dylan publicly went out and did a special, well, whatever you want to call it, and said, look, I sold myself to Satan. Guess what happened? Every song he wrote after that became a gold album, gold song, whatever words you want to use. Everything he sold to people became a gold album. All right. He said, I'm not the only one that sold out. And how would he even know that or say that? People are aware what they do. And, in this time frame, because people don't believe in the 10 Commandments, people don't believe in anything. So, well, I can get away with it. If you think you can get away with it, you get away with it for 5 years, 10 years. You don't believe you can ever get caught. It's the one day, guess what? You got away with it your whole life. But guess what's going to happen? You're going to die. And what that means, you're going to reincarnate. See, aliens they live a lot longer than we do. And they're a lot older. So, they know what they know, but nobody was teaching or could teach them about a real God. And ego became a part of their belief system, the same as every rich person in the United States and the world. Now, I hate to combine the Bible. Tina is not kind of in a spiritual place. She doesn't want to be, and I don't blame her. But Revelations talks about a lot of things that are important. But Jesus spoke 3 times in the Bible alone. I'm not going to go into that story right now. Read my book, which I haven't been promoting. It should be out brand new. I re-edited it, and it should be out within a month or two, and then I'll promote it. That's going to be the rest of my life. But what Jesus said, it's easier for a camel to go through an eye of a needle than a rich person to get into heaven. I write that on Musk's site every day. I wrote it on Oprah for 12. I started off with her shows that she was doing. She did about 12 years of these 21-day shows with Deepak Chopra and Eckhart Tolle. Both of them have no clue to a real God. And she's following them. She was a Christian. She gave that up to follow their belief system. She goes, I have no karma. She has no karma. Really? Why is she living in hell if she has no karma? People, aliens are coming here for reasons, not to help us. They can't help us do anything. The only person that can help you is yourself. Aliens are into technology. They were selling technology to the government. People, for what? The amount of people they were allowed to abduct. That's not going to, you think the government's going to come out and say that? Mr. Stephen Greer, with all his ridiculous, idiotic statements, he's got a big following and it's growing. He's got people going to Congress trying to fight for this, that, and the other thing. But aliens are not coming here to help us. Sorry, people. I'm not going to go into too many other things that go outside of that and kind of contradict their things and stuff like that. I can only tell you what I know for a fact. We're in trouble. Aliens are not going to help us. They're not coming here to help us. Tesla worked with an alien race. They didn't help us at all. They gave him 200 inventions like free energy and all those kind of words. Well, the HARP system. We also can do time travel. Einstein was totally wrong. He was also working with an alien race, believe it or not. It's in his notes. But he was given a lot of false information from the race he worked with. He said we can't go backwards and forwards in time. Give me one. Sorry about that, people. I'm in the middle of trying to change my medical plan. We're probably all going to be screwed either way. But mine's totally useless. I'm on the United Care, which is AARP, I guess, as well. But they're expensive and everything's super expensive to do, whether it's going to the hospital, going to a doctor, whatever it is. It's pathetic. And right now, Hawaii only has 2 major plans we could get into. But there's outside riders, which I'm going to get when I switch back to Medicare completely. All right. But people, we're in trouble. We've got 2 major battles going on, and both of them are not good. It's not like there's an angel walking down the street and the devil walking down the other side. We've got 2 demons on both sides of us. All right. Neither one of them is going to bring us into a better place. So if you're expecting the world to become the Garden of Eden, which it was at one time, a very long time ago, which was destroyed by an alien race, 2 alien races, there's things that you could learn that can help save your soul if you want to understand what life and death is all about. But I don't get into that much. I do separate shows when I do, because Tina doesn't want to believe in anything because nothing's helping her, which it isn't. What they're finding in the hospital about her and what the aliens are doing to her body, it's mind-boggling. And people, all these people claiming all these things, ask them if they're radioactive. Tina is. So when people say, well, I was on the ship and you can't travel. spacesuit, what were you put in and what were you wearing, what did they inject you with? I can go into those stories too, but not now. I'm more concerned what you're ready to do this month or next month if a ship lands and an alien race comes out. What are you prepared to do, say, or think? Well, my religion's going to have to accept aliens as another race, so what? Am I going to try to kill them, or are they going to try to kill me? All those things, realize they've been doing it for a very long time. It's not like they're going to land and just destroy everybody instantly. Now, a good movie to watch, because if you believe they come here to help us, the second version of V, it was, I think, a 6-month series on TV. And you should watch it because basically these aliens cover the planet and say, we're here to help you. Start training people, they bring them up on the ships and all kinds of stuff while the queen is creating her eggs to have more aliens. But people, we're in the real world. Something's going to go down soon. I say the max before the world is completely changed is 5 years. But it could change in 3. I mean, it'll start changing in 2. It's already starting to change greatly for the worse. And people sit back and don't care, don't think it's going to happen, especially the people that love Trump. Bend over. Keep bending over. If you feel good, that's your choice. But you're not going to be able to bend over for a long period of time. Because once you say, well, I don't care, he could take Medicare away. You have families, hopefully, and they're all on it. Are you going to support all your families? Really? You're going to take care of them when they get sick? Are you going to do anything when they get senile? What are you going to do? People, how can you not be concerned about your children? And that's basically as you grow, because they're going to inherit your junk, your pollution, your global warming, everything you created, they're going to inherit it and suffer with it. So your children aren't going to be brought into a new beautiful world or able to be living in a beautiful world. Crime has to stop. Guns have to stop. Pollution has to stop. We have to act like humans. We have to have compassion towards each other. We have to do a lot of things. Aliens aren't going to teach us that either. So people, if an alien ship lands this month, let's see what they're going to offer. I guarantee it's not going to be anything positive, even though it might sound good. Tesla, when he was working with an alien race, they gave him time travel. He actually invented an earthquake machine in 1900. Now, if you pull up the Ring of Fire, I just want to show you real fast, tell you what's going on. Okay, Russia keeps having major earthquakes. All around Australia, major earthquakes. Up around Japan, Fuji, all these, Indonesia. The Ring of Fire is on fire. Okay, Chile just had a 5.4. So, they're big everywhere. Turkey had a 5, but that's not normal. All right, in the past 100 years, what we see in the past 2 years has never been like that in the past 100 years. I had charts of earthquakes from 1900. Now we have anywhere from 5 to 10, or even more, over 5%, 5 earthquakes on a chart in a day, which is not normal. And then when we have what happened to Russia, it's still having earthquakes every day from then on. Something's going on. They don't admit it. Nobody admits what's going on. In the war, they don't tell you how many people really died. They don't tell you anything. Nobody talks about the truth. You know the old saying, truth will set you free? Well, people don't want to be set free. They don't want the truth. They want to live in a delusion. And aliens are making sure that we do. We could defend ourselves against aliens. We learned how to kill greys, reptilians, the Nordics, and Nordics aren't good either, people, whether you believe it or not. You believe what you want. What did any alien race do for the native people? Nothing. What did they do for all these UFO people? Oh, I work with an alien. And what? The few famous people that say they are came out with lies. Both of them said the world was going to be destroyed. I mean, I'm not going to say their names because I'm bad with names anyway. But again, these people tell stories. You're always for the past, present, and future. Really? But you lied. You were lied to because it was a program that was given to you. So we're going to work through it. I don't know what you want to do as we work through it. Support aliens? Kizzy, stop it. But I'm going to cut it off here. I hope you got something out of it. If you want to talk to me, email me, hawksblood1aol.com. All right? Please, the truth is out there. And I probably have a little more truth than 99.9% of people in the UFO world. I was next to an alien. I was next to a ship. I was next to a Bigfoot. They're all real. It's like, well, maybe. There's no maybes in my life. God's real. No maybe. Angels are real. No maybe. Demons are real. No maybe. I was a high priest when I was 16. I was doing hypnosis by the time I was 14. Bringing back people back in their past lives. Doing all that kind of work. Past life regression. I started doing that when I was like 20-something. I know somebody said she invented it years later. But look, I'm not here to prove who I am. All I can do is put truth out there. And it's up to you to find it and accept it. Or prove it to yourself at least. We're in trouble. I mean, we got two major forces attacking us on both sides. So how are we going to get out of it? I don't know. But please try to think about the truth. Tommy Hawksblood here. Hopefully I'll be doing a show maybe tomorrow with Tina. I'll let you know. You'll see it online. Thank you. Friend me, and you'll get my shows when they come up. Till next time.